Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy, Dirty D.
It's your boy, Tech Daddy.
And it's Queen B.
That's good. When we nail it.
When you nail it, you nail it.
It's like once a month now, you know.
It is.
Well, I feel like it's been like once a month that we have like B on now.
Yeah.
We've been having so many other things going on. Hey, B.
You guys forget about me.
That's not accurate at all. You have a whole ass group chat. Faces right there.
Yeah. I think usually I'll just like not respond for long enough that one of the other two will respond and they'll be like, I'll do it. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's the three back today. So welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We do some mystery, some music. It's been a while since we've done music, actually. We need to work on that. We'll put that out there.
Music episode.
Putting it out into the world that we need to do. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
So we didn't get on that. Anyways, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do about 10, 15 minutes of some banter to get the juices flowing. Then we get into the meat and potatoes of the subject. So if you don't want to hear us BS for a little bit, you can skip ahead. Or you could be cool and listen to us talk to each other about stuff.
And what a loser you are if you do.
I mean, that's a choice.
If you don't want to listen to us chit chat, then I mean, you kind of suck.
It's a choice that you made.
Yeah, you know.
It's not a choice I'd make.
You're a grown adult. You can do whatever you want.
That's true. It's America. Land of the free.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Or you can do what I do and listen to us at 2 times speed.
Oh, that's...
Do you really?
I do.
Is it funnier that way?
Yes.
I feel like it is. I want to hear the Italian accents we do at fucking 2 times speed.
After this episode's over with.
Yeah.
Yes, can we please do that?
No, it's funny. Some of the jokes kind of hit harder when we say them faster. And I'm like, damn.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, if you're new, stick around. They were pretty funny. And also, thanks for checking out our podcast here. We have social medias. Listen to us on your favorite listening devices. Follow us on your favorite social medias. We post stuff all the time. So you get the best, the most updated news is usually if we are doing something new or like doing some kind of collab or doing something interesting, we usually try to post it. So keep an eye out for that. Follow us everywhere. That'd be pretty tight of you. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. We appreciate you. Of course, we always gotta love the people that have been there since day one. Or if you're new or a new follower, we appreciate you too. All the same, the love is there. We hope you're having a good day. Hope you drink some water.
Yeah.
By the way, your butt looks fantastic. Whatever you're doing great.
You been doing squats?
Been doing them squats, hitting them glutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing them hip thrusts, you know?
Some lunges.
All right, proud of you. Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it. Also, stay hydrated. And of course, you get your forehead kisses. There you go. Oh, that was an extra one.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Bonus.
Right at the end.
Nice.
It's like drinking a nice crisp Sprite from McDonald's.
Dude, I had one this morning. Ugh.
Dude, McDonald's Sprite is just different.
It is.
Yeah. It's
Different.
And I don't even want to know why, you know? I'm kind of cool not
I'm
knowing.
scared to find out why.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, it's like it's literal electricity.
Oh, man. On our way back from Bloomington yesterday, we stopped. It was like 8 a.m. and we stopped at Wendy's for breakfast.
Sure.
And I got a sweet tea. And the first sip out of that sweet tea, there was this giant clump of like gunk that came through my straw. And I spat it out and I was like, I almost hurled. I couldn't eat my food after that. I was like, God
worst.
damn it.
wow, that room, especially like 8 a.m, you're ready for this whatever breakfast sandwich you got. It's gonna hit.
We had like a 3-hour drive ahead of us.
Right.
Yeah, and you're not going back to correct it.
No.
You know?
No.
Because if
Too
you were
late.
there, you could be like, what the fuck is this?
Right. What is this? Throw it at them.
Yeah. And the lady at the drive-thru, she would not have given a single fuck. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So 8 a.m. at Wendy's.
Yeah.
The fuck do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
And the breakfast hits at Wendy's.
I do enjoy it. It's been a while since I've had it.
Yeah, it's been, but like when I had it like last summer, oh my God, dude. The chicken bacon with the fucking maple sauce on it. Get out of town. Get out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. I'm still a big proponent of Taco Bell's breakfast. I will preach that to the day that I die.
I've never had Taco Bell.
I will preach it until the day that I drop.
Damn.
Taco Bell's breakfast is fucking fire.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Especially if you get the spicy. I think it's like this chipotle sauce on it. Oh,
Shout out to Talia for making a breakfast casserole over the weekend that was just incredible.
Hell yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Good for T.
Yeah. So good.
Kind of sad I missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed a lot of things, obviously, this weekend, but I didn't leave the couch. It was fucking great.
That's totally fine.
Needed a moment to recharge the batteries. Well, I did go to New Upper Falls yesterday, though, for a little bit. I haven't been there in forever. So,
Yeah, it's fucking right there.
I can damn near see it from my front door. Yeah, that's about right. It's not the point.
You're only going to be down the street from it for a little bit longer.
Yeah, a couple more weeks, then I'm out of here.
If they didn't sell a fucking cheeseburger meal with no fries for $16, I'd be cool with that.
That still drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Well, so I was looking at the menu yesterday because I was going to get some food before I left, but I forgot they close early because it's Sundays. And they do have lunch specials there now. So like the burger is like $10 instead of 15.
Jesus.
So
I guess.
that softens the blow a
It
bit.
still doesn't come with fries, though, I bet.
I don't think it does.
Got to order that separately.
I believe you do. And they don't have the duck fat fries anymore either, which is also a disappointment.
What's going on here?
I never talk about that place. It's funny because I've lived down the street from it for years, and I've only been there like maybe a handful of times.
At the beginning, it was cool.
Sure.
It was like, oh, this is a German-style brewery? Fuck
And then they never brewed a new beer.
Not once. They've repeated the same 3 or 4
They have some
beers.
newer beers now, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Like for the longest time, you go there's the same 4 beers on tap. Never changed. Now they have 6 beers.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Good for them. You know what's funny? I didn't even get a new one when I was there. I'm like, I know what I like.
You know what would probably really help their sales? If they carried 2 blind mice.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the only place I know that still has it for sure is Set 'em Up has a keg. And I want to say Charcuterie might have a couple more in cans.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've been there. I haven't really been out much. So
Get it before it's gone, guys.
yeah, that's elephant cake. That's just damn near delectable. So if you do have a chance to stop and Set 'em Up, grab yourself a crispy boy.
Hell yeah.
More crispy girl. We have a B on it now.
Yeah, it does have a B on it.
It's true.
Indeed, it does.
So, as per usual, we start our podcast off with a question. We kind of just rambled on about breakfast there for a minute. That's
Yeah.
okay.
We got to get that out of the system.
We start talking about
Or in
food
the
and
system.
we get real distracted.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Again, breakfast is one of my favorite meals of the day.
Breakfast is
And
great.
Taco Bell's breakfast fucking smacks. Those who had it, y'all know.
I'm going to have to find out.
I'm going to have to find out too.
I highly recommend it. Again, like their breakfast burrito,
What the fuck around?
that steak,
Yeah.
some potatoes in it. And they have their little the Cinnabon bites.
See, I'm about to
Oh,
go
I've
down
had
another
those.
hole.
I've had those.
Dude, those things are so fucking good.
My coworker, we were working late one day, and my coworker decided to DoorDash like 2 orders of 25 of those motherfuckers,
Hell yeah.
Worth it.
They knew what they were doing.
and they got delivered to our work, and like everyone in our office just smashed.
They are delicious, though.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They're so good.
I love that.
They're horrible.
I do
for you.
shit like I'll DoorDash like a dozen Boston cream donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Like
My favorite donut.
Yeah, I won't even get any other ones.
It's my favorite donut.
Oh man,
It's a great donut.
I know
it's the
like,
best one at Dunkin'. It really
Yeah, oh, it's
is.
so good at Dunkin'.
Yeah.
it is.
Damn, well, we got to try to give my food.
So, oh god damn it! Stay on topic.
I was like, we're going down another hole.
Freaking food, man. Jeez.
Caught the undertow.
This is required taste. I will say.
Accurate. That is accurate.
yeah.
And those that know us personally, you know how we are.
Yeah,
You know, we be eating.
you know how much we love food.
We be snacking.
We do be snacking.
We ate before we started this podcast.
We sure did.
I got more to say, and I don't even want to say it because it's just going to keep fucking.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
All right. So on the topic of today's episode, we our question's topical. I'm gonna ask the question of what's your guys' favorite dog movie or movie involving dogs? What you got? What y'all got going on?
so my favorite dog, easy, my favorite dog movie, and I was saying earlier, it's like 2/3 dog movie is Homeward Bound.
You know, I was wondering if that was the one.
Yeah.
When you said 2/3, I'm like,
Yep. I
Good movie, though.
love that movie. Again, that's another one that makes you cry.
oh yeah, I can see that.
At the end of the movie when they're coming up the hill. Oh,
Yeah,
god damn.
it's a good one.
It is so good. It is heartwarming.
Never seen it.
Wow, actually, that's
No.
Yeah.
you know, I'm
That
not that
seems-
surprised knowing your childhood. I'm not surprised by that.
Same.
Actually,
Like, you know what I watched when I was a kid? I watched fucking Dr. Bodden Autopsy on HBO when I was like 6 years old, and that was like one of my favorite shows.
No, but like
Yeah.
I feel like you would like Homeward Bound. It seems like your vibe. Like who's the voice of Chance? Isn't
I'm
it
getting
like yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
it's a golden retriever and a
So Shadow is a golden retriever, Chance is a pit bull,
right,
and then there's Sassy, who's the cat.
the cat,
Ooh,
right.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I like that.
So Chance is Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
This is starting to sound real familiar now. Now that
You
say
might
Michael
have
J.
said
It's not
I mean,
animated. It's like real. They use
It's
real dogs.
actual live
Okay.
action animals.
Yeah,
I love those movies. Too.
Yeah.
it came out in '93.
It
Is
is
it? Man.
so good. It is such a classic.
It is though. It's a great
I
movie.
feel like I've seen most of it, but I was just too young, and I don't really have any of
Yeah.
the pieces in my
Apparently, you
brain.
can watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you should. Do you have
Ooh,
Disney
so
Plus?
there you go.
do.
You should
There
watch
you go.
it.
I got Disney Plus just for fucking Star Wars when
Fantastic.
we did those.
Keep it for Homeward Bound. Came for Star Wars. Stay for Homeward
Hell
Bound.
yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a good movie though. I think
Yeah.
you would enjoy it. Like B said, it'll get you in your feelings though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But it's like good feelings.
Oh, that's true though. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I kind of feel like we started this whole conversation because Bees would call me a sociopath about my whole opinions about the Notebook.
You may show signs of that, but
Not the point.
You might have tendencies.
doesn't mean you are
Am I
one.
wrong?
But I do enjoy. I get emotional over animals though. I like animals.
Yeah, definitely.
So there you go.
I can't
In your face,
I used
B.
to follow the Nature is Metal page.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I don't anymore because like they will show every now and then. Like the last time,
That's true. They show like animals like eating other animals like all the time.
What
Well, that's just
made
nature.
What made me unfollow them is they had a security cam footage of somebody's Chihuahua dog getting out, and a bunch of fucking coyotes just ripped it to shreds in like seconds. I was like, nope, fucking fuck you, unfollow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so now I
the way that
follow-
would
That's pretty metal.
scar me.
There's another page called Nature is Not Metal, and I highly recommend you follow that one.
Okay.
That one's way better.
Perfect. Perfect. Nature is soft. That sounds so much better. No, I've seen like the rare case of like, I'll stumble across a video online of some sort of like animal, like horrendous situation. And I just cannot, it will not leave my brain for years.
Yeah.
Years and years and years.
Yeah, like I don't want to see a bear eating a deer from the asshole out
Yeah, no.
while he's alive.
No.
You can start at the stomach, but okay.
Well, not the one I seen.
Oh damn.
Like there's, and like
the one I
I'm thinking specifically, like I can still recall ones that I saw when I was like 10 years old or like whatever, back
Yeah.
when the internet was like the Wild West. And
good old
I would
days.
just like stumble across something, and
Yeah.
I still think of those things to this day.
Yeah, I watch people get shot all day.
Oh yeah, people, whatever,
No
fuck
problem.
it. I don't give a shit.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. 'Cause I remember like a few. I watched like the nature documentaries on Netflix recently. Like, because I need to learn more about nature. I think it's cool. Anywho, I was watching one that was about like this polar bear just, polar bear her cubs trying to find food. I get it. Stumbled upon a bird's nest, destroyed it. I'm like, oh wow, that's graphic. That is happening. But it is with me though. So the day I die.
Yeah, those stay with you.
Yep.
I mean, homie got to eat though. I get it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, what you got, Deej?
Okay, so favorite dog movie? Cats
Or animal,
Cats and dogs.
cats and dogs.
Ever seen Cats and Dogs?
Is that the
That
like
makes a lot of
spy
sense.
movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're hilarious characters in the movie. And
They're like little mouths in CGI animated
Not
to move.
surprised by that move. Like,
That is hysterical.
it's because the cats are like fucking ninjas in that movie.
I
pretty much.
remember seeing
know.
that movie in theaters and
Hell yeah.
damn near walking out because I hated it so much.
Okay,
came out in 2001.
so I gotta like
Show me on
backtrack a little.
Tubi if you are. Able to watch this.
I gotta backtrack a little bit because I have a really like I think this made me love beagles, which is why I got a beagle.
Oh
what
yeah,
else
because the main dog is a
Yeah,
beagle.
not from that movie
Isn't
though.
it?
It was from the Ernest movies.
Okay.
It was Rimshot. His dog And that was like, when I was a kid, that was like my favorite thing ever. Because Rimshot was always next to him. He was always bringing him something. Or he was biting somebody. He was always there helping out.
Oh,
and since I was a kid, I was like, I want to get a fucking beagle.
That is
like,
so funny.
I want a fucking Rimshot right there.
You got Aaron.
This makes so much sense.
Ernest Scared Stupid is like one of my favorite Halloween movies ever.
It's a classic. That's true. But like, again, if listeners, if you know us personally, this makes too much sense.
Perfect sense.
Rewatch
It makes too much sense, doesn't it?
Rewatch any of the Ernest movies and tell me that's not the best fucking beagle on the planet. Fucking Rimshot. It's amazing. Like, he gets scared and he like covers his fucking covers his eyes, you know.
But isn't the main dog in Cats and Dogs
There's also a beagle.
Okay,
Yeah, which is probably why I would say that's my favorite
Reinforced.
movie.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I don't remember who did the voice. It was like some. I don't think it was anybody really famous, but it was just a funny movie because all the dog. There's like an Italian kind of dog, and like everybody had different characters.
Actually, this actually did have a really cast of voice actors.
Really?
It's stacked.
Yeah, you had Tobey Maguire was Lou, Sean
Lou.
Hayes, yeah, Mr. Tinkles. Michael Clark Duncan was Sam.
Really? Oh my God, that's
R.I.P. to Robot on that one. Jeff Goldblum was Professor Brody.
What? I'm gonna have to rewatch.
So
this movie.
this had an actually really good cast.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this movie and see what the fuck is up.
I mean,
I remember hating it when I first watched it.
It reviews terribly, by the way. So it wasn't just you, apparently.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it got like a 5.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
Damn.
52% on Rotten Tomatoes, 47 on Metacritic.
Sounds about right. That sounds about
You're
right.
not alone in this, but it had a great cast though, which is surprisingly,
So weird.
Fuck Rotten
Yes, it
Tomatoes.
happens.
I think it was, honest to God, it had to be the CGI because the CGI I remember being so fucking
It's pretty bad.
It's
it was
horrible.
2001.
It's pretty bad.
Still. Like looking back, like fucking something like Spy Kids was like 20 times better than that.
Oh, Spy Kids. That's actually something we could. It's not a podcast topic, but that's something that's just hilarious to talk about. There's a whole Spy Kids franchise.
Yeah.
And just how it's been run. It's such a rabbit hole. Such a
Do you remember
ridiculous rabbit
the
hole.
bad guy had thumbs that were like his henchmen?
Yep. Yep.
I don't know if
do
I remember
recall.
much
They were
about
just
the-
giant thumbs
doth
wearing
recall.
clothes.
Oh my God.
If you think about the casting for those movies too, just ridiculous. Like
Fucking
talented
Antonio Banderas.
as a villain. You had freaking what's his name? Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it.
Yeah.
Not Arnold. I'm sorry.
Those movies were like
The Rock.
No, Rocky.
Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone was in one of them.
Yeah.
Like
Those movies were huge when they were like at their peak. Though
look into those movies. It's a fucking rabbit hole.
that I recently
it's
just saw
a deep rabbit hole.
a YouTube video about it. And
It's wild.
Yeah,
Gonna
it
pop
is.
up in the algorithm now.
Oh yeah, we're in the mix.
Good,
Yeah.
watch it.
We're in the fucking mix.
Anyway, what's your favorite dog movie? Aaron?
My favorite dog movie is All Dogs Go to Heaven. It's a good one.
We just talked about this a few minutes before we started recording.
We did because again we're talking about me being a sociopath. Apparently, I'm like, well, I feel feels, and here's fucking why.
Yeah, no, that movie will get you in the feels for sure.
Every fucking time.
Every fucking time. And then everyone who knows what happened to Judith Barcy
R.I.P. to a real one.
is just makes it 20 times worse.
Yeah, it's gnarly. So gnarly.
Well, yeah, it came out in '89 actually, which is fucking wild.
That's when I was born. Yeah.
I was all of 2 years old watching this gem of a movie.
I was not born yet.
That's okay.
But I watched that movie so many times when I was younger. I watched it. It was that, Land Before Time, Lion King.
Yeah.
I just
Land Before
watched
Time.
over and over and over and over and over. I was an only child, so that's all I had to do.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we didn't have that luxury.
Yeah.
So yeah, like this is one of my favorite movies of all time. But so this was, I want to say like 7, 8, 9 years ago, maybe. It was a long time ago now. And I was sick one day, and my parents had moved to Tennessee, and I was sick. My mom had called me randomly just to see what I was up to. I'm like, yeah, not feeling well. Lay on the couch, watch TV. Just trying to get better. So my mom, being a mom, sent me a overnight care package. Because, moms.
Hell yeah.
And it was like just a bunch of soup and like Gatorade and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And then the DVD copy of this movie.
No way.
Oh man.
So it turns out, and I barely remember a lot of things from when I was young, but apparently when I was a kid, my favorite comfort movie when I was sick was this movie.
Yeah, mine was Land Before Time.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
It's a good comfort movie. So yeah, I would lay on the couch, and watch this movie and eat soup and feel better.
That's kind of fucked
So
up.
I did. So I laid on my couch, put the movie in, and ordered some soup. And watched it.
Best.
That's awesome.
It was great.
That's how you feel better.
It's a great day. It helped.
I don't know what that says about me because my comfort movie was The Crow when I was a kid.
Jesus
Again,
Christ.
it adds up. Ethan, I have problems though.
Yeah.
The fuck, B?
Well, both of y'all.
Oh, okay. So now it's just both of us.
It's both of y'all.
What do you say? We're gonna get into B's dirty laundry. Start analyzing what your life's all about.
I mean, you guys already know pretty much.
It's depressing, but that's okay.
pretty-
We got it at the beginning. You got it at the end.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Like our struggle was at the beginning of life.
Yeah.
It's been uphill from
You
there.
guys started from the bottom. Now you're here, and now I'm like on the opposite
just
trajectory.
flip-flop.
Yeah, it is just nosediving, really.
And which is worse? We do not know.
I don't know. This was way worse, actually. Like,
Yeah, probably.
like the struggle when we were kids. I mean, whatever. We made the best of it,
Yeah, I didn't have to pay bills.
right?
Now I have the trauma, and I have to pay bills.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have therapy for the trauma.
Yeah.
At this
You have
point,
to like put on a face. You have to go to work and everything.
I sure
like,
do.
Yeah, right.
When you're a kid, you can just cry about it.
I mean, you can't as an adult, really. You still
Yeah.
cry about it.
Not in front of other people.
My dad
Okay,
didn't
fair
really.
enough.
My dad didn't really let me cry too much. I
No,
guess.
neither did mine.
Yeah.
Actually, there's some issues there.
A little regression.
But again, 8 years of therapy. I came out just fine.
Can we talk about these fucking dogs already? God
Yeah.
damn it! Before we start digging up this shit. God damn it!
Before we get into a whole ass therapy session.
Ah, fuck. If you want to hear a story about DJ's dad, though, we are planning on doing a Patreon about that soon. So if you're not subscribed to it,
Coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
we have it on the
series.
schedule. We have it on the calendar. So we'll be doing
Subscribe
that.
to the Patreon. Get ahead of it because it's coming out soon, and it's
Yeah.
going to be incredible.
It's going to be a series, multiple episodes of it, but the first one's going to be a banger.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, if you've heard it here so many times of us mentioning good old Padillac. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty of that. So yeah, stay tuned for that good stuff. Anywho, so this week our episode's brought to us by B. What's going on, B? What's up? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I came up with this idea because, as many of you know, my dog passed away recently.
R.I.P. to the real one.
Yeah.
Yep, his name is Gizmo, and he was 16 years old. So I got him when I was 18, so he's kind of been my little buddy my whole life, and it was his time, which sucks. But for anyone who didn't know, he was a Pomeranian, and Pomeranians, even though they're so small, their ancestors were sled dogs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I didn't know that.
They're-
Evolution does some fucking shit sometimes.
I know. Gizmo was 4 pounds.
Is that evolution or is that just fucking
No, it's
breeding?
breeding.
That's
It's
definitely breeding, actually. Yeah, that's my bad. Let me
Yeah,
rephrase
so-
that. It was really, really just stupid breeding.
Yeah.
They're in the Spitz family, which is like huskies and malamutes, and they're all kind of related. So Pomeranians are in that family. So
Wow.
yeah, their ancestors were sled dogs.
Did not know that.
So I wanted to do an episode that we all could kind of like dedicate to our dogs. Well, me and DJ anyway, because you don't have a dog.
I used to have a dog
Dedicate it
for
to
14 whole ass years.
Dedicate it to your dog.
He was cool as hell.
What was your dog's name?
His name was Ryan, actually. I named him,
Ryan?
I gave him a human name.
I love human names
Okay.
on dogs.
Thank you.
It's the best.
Human names on
Sure,
dogs are great.
sure.
Look, this is Rick.
This is Steve.
Yeah.
Like you bring someone home and you're like, hey, I want you to meet Steve.
And like give them no contest clues at all.
My roommate's here. I don't know. He might be a little loud.
Right.
Like,
He might stare at you. It's fine.
He's gonna
He just
be
wants
in the
attention.
room. He's gonna be in the room while we're having sex. Sorry.
Jeez.
If he's not, he'll cry at the door.
yeah, he's gonna fucking clock it. You know if you got a dog. You are.
If you feel something, lick your butt cheek
Yeah.
mid stroke.
So this episode is dedicated to Gizmo and Juno and Ryan. And this is the story of the great race of Mercy, which a lot of you, I'm sure, have seen the animated film Balto. And some of you may have seen the Disney film, I think it was 2019 it came out, or 2018?
It was recent, yeah.
Togo with Willem Dafoe.
2019.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? You said Kevin Bacon was in the animated one?
Kevin Bacon was the voice of Balto in the animated one.
Quite possibly the only movie he's never shown his penis.
We don't know how he recorded it. We were not in that studio.
Yeah, we didn't. It was animated.
That's true. That's a good point.
Just let it fit out there.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Like, my voice doesn't sound right when I have pants on.
But that movie is so good, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Watched it. Yeah, it's great.
the moment when, like, the white wolf comes out and, like, there's the northern lights.
Oh, yeah. It's like when he became a spirit, like, got the spirit of the wolf.
His, like, spirit wolf came out.
Yeah.
It was all white. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was epic. Anyway.
It was.
So that was a true story for anyone who didn't know. And while Balto got majority of the credit, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, there were actually like a shit ton of dogs and mushers that helped make this whole trip happen. It wasn't just Balto. Balto actually did the very last leg of the race. Mm-hmm. So it begins in the winter of 1925 in Nome, Alaska, which Nome, Alaska is like 3 degrees away from like the Arctic Circle. Like it's like north.
Yeah.
It's incredibly north. So during the gold rush at the turn of the 20th century, Nome had a huge population, huge comparatively to what it is now, of 12,000 people.
Yeah.
By 1925, which is when this takes place, the number had dwindled to about 1,200 people-ish.
Okay.
So at this point, it's tiny. It's a tiny little town in
Now,
Alaska.
I was doing a little digging on that. Now, wasn't it hit by some disease before this, and that's why it was small?
It was. Well, a lot of it was
part of
people had migrated away from the area because it was a really rough area to live in, and the gold rush was over, and people were like, all right, I'm fucking out of here. But the people who did remain, a lot of them were wiped out by a flu epidemic.
That's what it was, influenza.
Yeah, it was influenza. So it's really easy for diseases to spread in this area and just wipe out a shit ton of people. It's happened before. Yeah. So the only doctor in Nome was a man named Curtis Welsh. And Curtis started treating a couple of kids who he thought had tonsillitis. Very quickly, he kind of realized, wait a minute, this might not be tonsillitis because 4 kids had it, and then 5 kids had it, and then 2 of the kids died, and then 2 more of the kids died, and he's like, this ain't tonsillitis.
What the fuck you kids eating? What's going on here?
Yeah, so...
All right, stop eating the ice.
Yep. So it turns out that this disease that was going around is something called diphtheria. Which is a viral infection that is very contagious. Like, very easily spreads from person to person, just like the flu. And it causes kind of it kills the cells, the healthy, like, mucus cells in your respiratory system. And as the cells die, they form kind of like a leathery layer in your like throat and in your nose, and it just grows and grows. And
I felt that as you were describing it.
Yeah, it's awful. Like, for the love of God, do not look this up because it's disgusting. You basically, yeah, Aaron looked it up, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was honestly better before I looked it up.
Yeah, like
I was a better person before that moment.
It basically, victims who die of this, like, choke to death, essentially. And at this time, in 1925, there was a vaccine that had just been developed, but it wasn't widely used. There was an antitoxin that was developed by, like, shooting up horses with diphtheria, and then, like, they had, like, a natural immunity to it, so they would develop antibodies, and then you'd extract the antibodies, stick it into a person. That's not how they treat it anymore.
Yeah, you gotta really wonder, like, I've always been curious of early medicine and how the fuck they figured this out. Like, all right, here's the thing. Kills humans. What if we put it in something bigger?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. So that was basically the only thing that they had to fight this, and mortality was like something like 90% without it. So, like, if you got this disease, you were going to fucking die.
I would have started shooting them little bastards. Kid come knocking on my door. I would have been like, all right, hold on one second. I got...
Yeah.
It's not like little zombies, man. This is terrible.
Well, they quarantined them.
Well, yeah, but
they put them in quarantine.
Yeah, we'll see how well that works.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
They saw how well that worked.
Yeah, they did. They did see how well that worked. So they actually had a supply of diphtheria antitoxin, but it was expired.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
When I was reading that, I'm like, okay, well, and so again, not a doctor, just putting that out there. Like, usually when medicine expires, just take more of it.
Well, he tried.
Oh.
He tried.
That's not good.
Because they were like desperate at this point.
Sure.
And so he was like, I'm just going to. So, okay. It was really, really difficult to get supplies to this area, Nome, Alaska. It was very remote. We were in the middle of the dead of winter where all of these huge, massive storms were making it impossible to get anything to this town. The ships couldn't get into the port because it was too icy. Trains couldn't get to the town because the tracks were iced up. Planes were kind of a new technology at the time. They were not equipped to make it through the winds and the storm. It was just the only way, essentially, to get supplies to this town is by sled dogs. Like, that's it. That's all you have. And that takes a lot of time. Like, that's not anything quick. So he was like, all right, we're going to try. We're going to give them the expired antitoxin, like, load them up with that shit and see if it does anything. And I think it saved, like, maybe one person, but it didn't do anything for the rest of them.
Sure.
So, but he did try. He tried. It was also like 5 years expired too. It was like really fucking expired.
Yeah, that's pretty expired.
Yeah.
That's worst case fucking scenario.
Granted, he did notice it though. And he put in an order to have it replaced.
He did before before
this even happened.
Yeah, before it even happened. And it was on order. It was just, it wasn't.
Well, like you just described.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get there until spring. And so when this outbreak happened, it was kind of like worst case scenario. So, yeah, he officially diagnosed it when a 3-year-old boy died, and then the following day a 7-year-old girl died. So, you know, there were kids like just dropping left and right. So he implemented a quarantine, and he immediately sent a radio telegram to neighboring like Alaskan towns, like anyone in the vicinity, like, please, for the love of God, tell me somebody has this antitoxin around. So his telegram read, an epidemic of diphtheria is almost inevitable here. Stop. I am in urgent need of 1 million units of diphtheria antitoxin. Stop. Mail is only form of transportation. Stop. I have made application to Commissioner of Health of the territories for antitoxin already. Stop. There are about 3,000 white natives in the district. So, like, this disease really hit, like, the native Alaskans, like the Inuit people, way harder than it hit the white people. They didn't have any type of natural immunity to it. They didn't have any, like, it like wiped out a ton of natives, essentially.
Yeah.
But, like, the people in Nome didn't really care. So, like, he had to make it
white,
clear.
it ain't right.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Sounds like colonialism.
Yeah. So,
like you just described all of Southern America, all of what is now Mexico,
so
all of what happened in North America.
I don't see the problem
all
here.
that happened, pretty much described all of what happened when people were like, manifest destiny, these nuts.
It sounds more like a miracle. God damn it.
Listen, didn't put them in blankets.
Oh,
anyways,
oh man,
moving past this.
So yeah, he had to make it very clear that there were white people here and they were dying. So somebody come help us.
Care about this.
That's what happened.
Somebody care about this.
P.S. White people.
Correct.
Stop.
Correct. Yeah. Stop.
Sad.
So on January 26th, 300,000 units of antitoxin were located in Anchorage at a hospital. He was, he needed 1 million. 300,000 was, good enough. Like it's going to hopefully mitigate the spread of it at least until more can come.
Enough to save the white people.
Enough to save,
Right.
enough to save the white people.
Yeah.
So the problem was Anchorage was. God damn it.
Sorry.
Anchorage, was 1,000 miles away. So they're like, all right, the only way to get around here is fucking dog sled, so let's do it. A dog sled relay was proposed to transport the antitoxin. Initially, the plan involved only 2 teams. So, like, one team was going to start in Nome, and one team was going to start in Nenana, and they were going to meet in the middle and, like, hand it off.
Oh,
And then go back. The other team would go back to Nome, right? They very quickly found out that was not realistic because of how horrendous the weather was and how long it was going to take to do that, because the teams would have to stop to rest and to eat and to warm up and, like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there were towns in the middle of both that they could have stopped in, but the problem is like even with stopping for warmth and for all other middle travel, didn't they say it was like negative like 60 or something?
Yeah,
and it was windy.
Yeah. Temperatures
Temperatures
got to like 60 degrees below zero. Winds were like 65 miles an hour.
Right.
Like, it was whiteout conditions, like the most horrendous weather you can imagine.
That's
pretty
fucking
much.
wild.
And it's crazy because remember when we had the polar vortex? I was living with you at the time, actually, Deej. And we had the polar vortex, and I think it was negative 51. I think was the lowest it got
with the wind chill.
With the wind chill, it's like, don't go outside. Your lungs will get frostbite.
Yeah.
Like my what?
Dude, I remember like letting Juno out, and if I didn't it had to be like a minute. She had to go out there, and Juno, when she shits, she walks while she shits.
She does.
So does
And
Gizmo.
she was just out there like, and
They do that little waddle.
Yeah. And like the look that she gave me in her eyes, like she was like, help me, please.
Father, help.
Well, did you have like little shoes for her too?
Yeah.
Oh,
we had the
booties.
little, she looked like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
that's
It was great.
That is so cute.
We had a good time until it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, think about that times like 10.
Yeah, so again, like negative 51 with the wind chill, we couldn't go outside because again, frostbite in lungs, terrible. But this is the 1925.
Yep.
So infinitely worse. Windy as fuck.
Yeah.
You and the hopefully coat.
Yeah.
And dogs.
Yes. And a lot of the trip, which you're going to find out like which team did most of this trip, but a lot of the trip was like coastal, meaning the winds were coming off the fucking ocean.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. Like at least part of it was through the woods, like the wooded areas. So it was more blocked by the trees, but there was a huge portion of this trip that was just like fucking on the coast.
Still, man. Like, when I fucking I'm like by the water riding my bike, dude, sometimes it sucks, man, because that wind is just unforgiving.
Oh yeah, off the lake, yeah.
And that's just like Michigan.
Yeah.
Yep. So this relay ended up requiring 20 mushers and over 150 sled dogs, including winds up to 110 kilometers per hour. I don't know how many miles that is. I didn't look that up.
I got it.
And then temperatures plunging to negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The first leg of the relay was carried out by a guy named Wild Bill Shannon.
Answer to your question, 110 kilometers per hour is 68.3 miles per hour.
Jesus Christ.
At negative 61
That
degrees. Abysmal, yes.
That is deadly.
Very much so.
Like, Jesus. Okay. So the first leg was carried out by Wild Bill Shannon, who received the package. It was 20 pounds, basically, a 20-pound package of these like little vials that were wrapped in padding and then also fur because they didn't want them to freeze.
Yeah.
Because then the glass would shatter if it froze. So he picked it up at the train station at Nenana, and he left on his journey at night. So like 9 p.m. was when he started.
And wasn't there a problem too where they forgot to tell homeboy that they forgot to tell what was his name? The guy who
We're getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But no, it's that was an oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said before, it was supposed to be like just the two mushers and their teams, and then they would meet in the middle. But it ended up being they ended up adding like a lot more teams to kind of shorten the distance each team had to go to make it faster.
Yeah.
Essentially. So so Wild Bill Shannon, He and his team of 9 inexperienced dogs, they made it 52 miles. They stopped in a town called Minto, Alaska. Wild Bill Shannon developed hypothermia and frostbite. His face was black by the time he got to...
Ooh.
Yeah, yep.
You're like, well, you don't get the antidote.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he had to leave 3 of his dogs at the outpost because they were like in really bad shape. They died shortly after. So the first leg, and they already lost 3 dogs. Mm-hmm. He handed the serum off to Edgar Calland. Poor Edgar, when he got to his outpost, his hands were frozen to the sled's handlebars.
Oh, shit.
And the people at the outpost had to come pour boiling water on his hands to unfreeze them.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like, do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Basically.
You know, Rico, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
Every time. How many times are we going to reference Starship Troopers on this podcast?
It works for everything, damn
It
near.
does, though. It really
man.
does.
Oh, my
It's so
God.
iconic. Anyways, we're sorry. We didn't
No,
make
it's
He
it.
can't pull at me because his hands are frozen. He's,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So at this point, the crisis had started to garner like national attention. Like people were learning about this situation. The mainland United States were kind of like figuring out what the fuck was going on and that this was a crisis. And there were all these hero sled dogs that were trying to rescue this town of children and whatever. So the newspapers and the radio broadcasts picked it up. By January 30th, Nome had 27 confirmed cases, and they were running out of even the expired antitoxin. He was just loading people up with it to see if it did fucking anything. And a reporter in Nome noted, "All hope is in the dogs and their heroic drivers. Nome appears to be a deserted city." So, like, everyone was quarantined. And it was basically like, if this antitoxin didn't get to Nome soon, it could wipe out their entire population because it was spreading very fast.
man, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's like, indigenous tribes when they catch fucking diseases, man, just gone like that. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
this
the
is a
problem
matter
is-
of just days.
Yeah.
Right. And then you also got to think about the towns next to it, too, because it can also spread because it's highly contagious.
Yeah.
So if you don't quarantine the entire town and if they all die, how do you even fix that? You have to, like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they said that there was about 10,000 people in the surrounding area that were also at risk. So like this could be very bad very quickly. So the next person to take over was Charlie Evans. He took over on January 30th, starting at 3 a.m. The temperature was negative 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So Evans faced severe ice fog and frostbite. His 2 lead dogs collapsed, and Evan loaded his dogs up on the sled, and he pulled that motherfucker himself. He
freaking man.
became his own lead dog.
That's what the fuck I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. He pulled the sled into the outpost at 10 a.m. with 2 of his dogs that had collapsed on the sled.
Man, that dude had a thick ass
Yep.
beard and a big ass dick, probably.
He sure did. He sure
Just
did.
fucking
Yep.
molding through the fucking snow.
Yep.
Probably smoked a cigarette while he's doing it.
Oh, the entire way.
The entire-
The same cigarette.
Yeah.
And that flame never went out.
Yep.
It's like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's how he saw him coming through the fog. Yeah, he was a badass. So it was basically like team to team to team for a while. Leonard Seppala, who is kind of one of our main characters here, he's played by Willem Dafoe in the Togo movie. He kind of looks like Willem Dafoe as well. He was actually a renowned musher. Like, he bred sled dogs. He had very renowned sled dogs that he would train. He was an award-winning musher. He won a lot of races. He was kind of a famous guy. So he grabbed his lead sled dog, his good old trusty dog named Togo, who was 12 years old at the time, which is old for a big dog.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think, he was a husky, and huskies, I don't know, what's their max? Like 15 years usually?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds right. I'm looking it up,
So
though.
he was 12. He was 12 years old at this time, so he's kind of an old man. They covered... Go ahead.
12 to 15.
Yeah. So they went 91 miles from Nome to Shaktoolik.
We're gonna go with that as the answer.
Yeah, something like that.
Me and Deej have mispronounced so many things on this channel. It's fine.
So he was trying to meet, he thought he had to go all the way to the middle of this journey because for whatever reason, it was not able, either they forgot or like it wasn't able to be communicated to him that they had added all of these extra mushers into the relay, right?
Yeah, this is the part that I thought was way sooner in the story. My bad.
Yeah,
But,
no, it's okay.
Yeah, like they forgot to call this dude.
Yeah.
So he leaves.
Wow.
Skipping over all these other people.
I'm just saying, it's fucking negative 67 degrees. I'd forget a lot of shit too when it's that fucking cold.
Well, I think there was something that I read that like they were trying to reach a specific outpost to reach him, but like the phone lines went dead or like whatever. I don't know. I feel like they just didn't try very hard.
It's like somebody was. It's like somebody was like, "Hey, did you tell him about the mushers?" He's like, "Man, I just turned black. I don't care about extra mushers."
So
Right.
what's actually hysterical, what's actually so hysterical about this is that he's like on his fucking merry way. He's rolling out. Togo's like booking it. Okay. They're going really fucking fast trying to get to this destination. He flies right past another musher named Henry Ivanov who had like gotten his sled dogs ran into a deer.
Oh, well, a reindeer.
What are the odds of that?
And they got all tangled up. I mean, yeah, there's
dogs,
like fucking.
It's a reindeer.
Yeah.
Shit happens in Alaska, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very Alaska situation.
That is. That's Alaska's fault right there.
Right.
So his sled dogs run into this deer. They're all fucking tangled up. Their sled is like sideways. He's trying to figure them out. And then Sepala like flies past him and he's like, "Hey, I got the serum. I have it right here." And he's like screaming, and luckily he hears him, and so he like stops, which like it takes a minute for these sleds to stop because they're going really fucking fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily he hears him, he stops, he whips it around, he comes back, he gets the serum. He's like, "All right, cool. I don't have to do like 3/4 of what I thought I had to do."
Yeah.
So, his big kind of feat with Togo was they had to, they were supposed to go around this bay called the Norton Sound. And it was kind of like, it was like a C shape where this bay was, and he had to get to the other side of the C shape. And in order to go all the way around it, it was going to take an extra day. And he's like, "Well,
nah.
We could save a day if we just fucking go across it over the ice."
Right through that bad boy.
Yeah. And he's like, "What do you think? What do you think, Togo? Can we do it?" And Togo was like, "Fuck yeah, we can do it."
Based on 12, it's cold now, so let's do this shit.
Yeah, exactly. So they start off, and they were specifically told too by like the guy who was organizing all this shit, like, do not go over the Norton Sound. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, just the name of that,
dangerous.
that sounds like it'll kill you.
Yeah. He didn't get that message either.
No. Clearly.
Did they fucking like, not like this guy or something? It's like,
I'm joking. He actually didn't get that message. He said, "Fuck that shit."
He did get the message. He just said, "Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. I got this."
Because like Togo, he trusted this dog's instincts. Like this dog knew what the fuck he was doing. So he was trying to listen. Sepala was trying to listen for like the cracks in the ice. Like you could hear it if it was starting to crack. But he couldn't hear anything because the wind was so fucking loud. So he was 100% relying on his dog to like listen for these cracks in the ice and know where to go. Like
that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I couldn't trust Juno with a task like that.
Dude, Juno would have ran to the reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Juno.
Obviously.
Juno was the one who ran into the reindeer.
Sounds like a really bad Christmas song.
Like, I love you, Juno, but this ain't the one for you. This ain't the job for you.
No.
Get in the back of the group. You know.
We should have brought Juno over.
One of the ones that collapsed.
Had her sitting there.
So yeah, February 1st, as the cases in Nome rose to 28, the blizzard intensified. So Welsh, who's like the doctor guy who's running this whole thing, he says we need to halt the relay because conditions are too bad. If anything happens to this antitoxin, it's all over. Like, we don't want to lose it in this storm and just ruin everything that we've done. So, like, let's pause it. Let's, wait for this storm to clear and then, resume. Yeah, Sepala didn't get that memo either. And he just kept fucking going. So he gets to Isaac's Point. He gets across the Norton Sound. He hands off this antitoxin to Charlie Olson. One fun fact is that the next morning after they got to the outpost, when they woke up, all the ice that they had just gone over, gone, blown away by the storm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep.
Hold on to that, by the way. It's going to come in handy later.
Okay.
So Sepala hands off the antitoxin to Charlie Olson at Isaac's Point. Olson carries it 25 miles to Bluff, where he passes it to our next main character, Gunnar Casson.
That's a goddamn name right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Despite worsening conditions, Casson departs into a headwind. He was going to wait for the storm to clear, but it was taking too long, and he's like, all right, fuck it. So he just goes. He navigates a lot of, like, really high snow drifts that his dogs had to, like, basically pull the sled through these massive snow drifts, and it was just getting stuck left and right. There was fog that was so thick he couldn't even see, like, the two dogs that were closest to him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so he just, like, had no idea what the fuck was going on. He, again, was just completely trusting his dogs. He actually didn't have his own team of dogs. He was an apprentice of the first guy, Sepala. He was his apprentice. Okay. So he learned from him. And he didn't have his own team of dogs, so he went to Sepala's wife and was like, hey, can I get some of you guys' dogs to, like,
can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? To participate in this. And she's like, yeah, sure, just go out back and get some good ones. And he's like, okay. So he goes out back and he finds, like, the fucking worst dog that they have, which is Balto.
I like the name, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, so Balto basically they described him as barrel-chested, meaning he was just, like, too stocky to be a racing dog. He was slow, and he was also kind of stupid, I guess.
Was this the dog that was, like, part wolf?
In the movie.
In the movie?
But in real life, he was just a husky.
Okay.
Just a barrel-chested husky.
Just a dumbass husky.
See, that would be Juno. That would be like, okay.
Yeah, so for, like, and, like, no one really knows why he picked Balto, because Balto had never raced a sled before. He had never been lead on a sled before. He was just, like, the worst one that he could have picked, but he was like, that one. I want that one.
He just thought dog was cute. I would have did the same thing.
And Balto's like, hell yeah, let's go. So he hooks them all up. He goes, yeah, good call on him, honestly.
He saw the potential.
He saw the potential because Balto fucking carried that team. Like, he navigated through this intense fog where Casson himself couldn't even see anything. Like, he was basically like, I know where we're going. I got this. Don't worry, guys.
It's like third quarterback, fucking.
Oh, third string? Oh, yeah.
Third string. I said third quarter. Yeah, third string.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Yep.
I got this.
Yep.
And it actually wins. Holy shit.
So at one point, Casson's sled actually flips over because he, like, hit a snowbank or, like, something. His sled flips over. He loses the crate of antitoxin, like, in the snow. Right? In a snowbank.
Oh, shit.
So he, like, jumps out of the sled. He's, like, frantic. He's trying to find it. He has to take off his mittens to, like, feel around in the snow for
like
it.
Barehanded? Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, barehanded. Feel around for it. He ends up getting frostbite on his fingers. Yeah. The children, man.
But the children.
But those little fucking zombies. So he finds it. He loads it back on. Casson reaches his destination, which is Point Safety, on February 2nd at 3 a.m. The next person he was supposed to hand it off to was Ed Rohn. Okay, he was supposed to be the final musher who was supposed to take it to Nome and finish the relay. he gets there and Roan is sleeping. And he's like,
hey, dog.
We can just keep going. No need to wake him. So he does. So he just keeps going because he was like, well, it's going to take time to get him up, get everything ready, get the dogs all hooked up, and, you know, it's going to take time. So he's like, I would rather just keep going the rest of the way. I think we can do it. So he does it, and they reach Nome at 5:30 a.m. The antitoxin was intact, and by noon, it was thawed out and ready for use.
Ooh, shit.
And yeah, so the relay teams in total covered 674 miles in 12 days and 7.5 hours.
God damn.
Yep, which was a record-setting feat in extreme sub-zero temperatures and severe conditions. The death toll from diphtheria in Nome only ended up being like 5 to 7. There's no like actual like confirmed,
Okay, yeah.
but
That's not that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad.
no. Well, that was the white people. there was at least an additional. Yeah, there was at least an additional 100 cases among the Inuits on the outskirts of Nome. Stop. And so yeah, so they, success. Yay, awesome, cool. The aftermath is that Gunnar Kassin, he finished the race. So him and Balto get like all of this credit because Balto's the hero dog that delivered the antitoxin and saved everybody, even though he only went like 50 something miles and Togo went like almost 200 miles.
Yeah, William Dafoe and Togo were fucking.
Yeah, they were.
What is that? It's like fucking. How many miles was it? 600,000 something. He did a good chunk of that.
He did. Yeah, he did like I think like 100 and gosh, I had it in here somewhere. He did like 160 something miles. He did like a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
So he Kassin and a group of his dogs go on a tour. In mainland United States, they go to California.
Oh, hell
They go all over the place. Balto stars in a movie. He gets a statue made of him in Central Park. Like he's on a press tour.
We're
basically.
gonna milk this cow dry, Balto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Essentially.
the funny part about it, he didn't have balls, so they couldn't actually milk him for his. I'm not joking about that.
Unfortunately,
they couldn't use him for breeding.
No, they couldn't. They couldn't. Unfortunately, this story does have a little bit of a sad part to it for Balto because after all of this fame and fortune had like started to fade, Kassin ends up going back to Alaska without the dogs. He just like sells them to a circus sideshow.
Oh.
Yeah, and they ended up being neglected and abused and, whatever. But they were rescued about 2 years later by a guy named where's the guy? Hang on.
That sucks so bad. Get sold to a fucking circus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running all them goddamn miles through Alaska.
I know. After all of that, after going through literally all of that, and then you just get like sold to a sideshow. Like, are you kidding?
I keep picturing the one guy that I said was smoking a cigarette. Like his dogs were probably smoking too.
Oh, yeah.
That's like how I pictured it.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, George Kimball. George Kimball, he sees these dogs at a sideshow. He recognizes them. He's like, oh my God, these dogs are in horrible condition. He rescues them. He does a fundraiser to like tells all the public that these hero dogs are like in these horrible conditions. He raises $2,000. He buys the dogs from the sideshow and lets them retire at the Cleveland Zoo. And they kind of just had an easy life after that. They were just chilling. Balto was euthanized on March 14th, 1933 at the age of 14 because he was like starting to have old dog health problems. He's actually mounted and placed on display at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History. Ooh. So you can see Balto.
If you want to go to Cleveland.
If you want to go to Cleveland.
That part's up to you.
Yeah, last time I went to Cleveland, I fucking, what did I find? It was I forgot what statue it was I found. I should have looked for Balto, though, if I would have knew about that story.
Yep. Well, next time.
Because every shitty town like
All right,
that.
if you really want to go back to Cleveland,
I really don't. No, not in particular,
But Sepala, he took Togo and his team on a tour from Seattle to California, across the Midwest to New England. He drew huge crowds. He was featured at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Togo received a gold medal, and he ended up taking all of his dogs home with him back to his, where he bred his sled dogs, and Togo ended up fathering like a shit ton of puppies.
I mean, he's famous.
Yeah, and there's basically like one of the most revered lineages of sled dogs comes from Togo.
Oh shit! Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah, his puppies go for like a shit ton of money. Like,
I still got my balls.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Togo had a little bit more of a happy ending than Balto did.
Yeah, several with all them damn puppies.
Yeah, he sure did.
That joke was right there. I couldn't. It just couldn't be helped.
Give yourself one. Give yourself one.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
Yep, but Togo was euthanized at age 16, and he is also mounted. He's on display at the Iditarod Museum in Wasilla, Alaska.
If you really want to go to Alaska,
Yep.
I kind of do though.
I actually wouldn't mind going to Alaska. I've been to Cleveland enough times. So what I was thinking about with the with Togo is because you mentioned the ice, the ice was gone by the morning. So the ice was actually breaking when they were running across.
Oh
it.
yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, that's the
It was breaking into pieces as they were going across it because
God
the
damn.
dog was listening for cracks, and when he would hear a crack, he would go like divert where he was going.
Yeah, so imagine like you're a supple, you can't see shit.
Yep.
But homeboy Togo can hear it, so he's navigating by sound across ice that's breaking around you the entire time.
That's
Yep.
so incredible that a dog has the ability to do that,
Yeah.
or knows well enough to pay attention, to that.
And if you watch the movie, they talk a lot about how he was kind of hesitant. Like it was his first instinct to use Togo as his lead dog, but he was also a little hesitant because Togo was old. So he was like, should I try to put him through this? Like, is it going to be hard on him? Is he going to be able to do it?
Yeah.
And his wife was kind of like, you should retire him. He's older, he shouldn't put him through it. But it's a good thing he did because Togo fucking saved his ass.
Oh yeah.
All that goddamn experience, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I was trying to find. I'm like, wait, didn't their ice break? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It was breaking as they were like going across it.
And also to answer the other part of your question, because you were trying to figure out how long they actually did travel.
Yeah.
They went 170 miles.
Yeah. Yep.
So like 3 times the
Yes.
distance that
Exactly.
Balto did.
Exactly. And it was harsher. It was harsher conditions again because it was on a bay. So like a huge chunk of their journey was just nothing around them, just ocean winds beating on them the entire time.
Pounded.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they said that the wind chill was estimated to be negative 85 degrees, which
Yeah.
fuck that.
Fuck you.
I'm like cold just thinking about it.
I got the chills
Just,
when you said that.
Ugh.
Fuck me, man.
Nope, not made for that.
No, sir.
Not made for that.
Yep. So that's the true story of Togo and Balto. And how Balto got all the damn credit.
But in retrospect, Togo did have the better ending.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean,
For sure. Poor Balto, man.
That's true. No dog deserves that. But still.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Fuck yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm glad I didn't really even look too much into it
Yeah.
because that was way more exciting just hearing it like that.
And what happens next?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
And then
And
what?
they do an annual, they like repeat the trail like annually as like a race.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, for like sport or whatever.
I hope they do it when it's not as cold out.
No, they don't. They don't do it in like horrendous conditions.
Well, that's animal abuse at that point.
They also don't do it like in the short time span that they did it.
I don't know. All the races we've ever talked about have been pretty much bad news.
Yeah.
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 So, it wouldn't surprise me.
Not surprising. Well, in this, or at least the medicine made it. Kids lived.
Yeah.
And then they did get a full shipment up later on. There was the final shipment did make it there of all the supplies they asked for in the spring. So it did work out.
A lot of Inuit kids died. But we don't care about them.
That's neither here nor there.
That's jeez. Oh, colonialism.
Oh man.
And what's hilarious is like a lot of the mushers who were part of the relay were Inuit. Like they were like descendants of the original like Alaskan like sled mushers. And like they were the ones who had no issues. Like all the white guys were like their hands froze to the bars. Yeah. They got hypothermia, their sleds flipped over. The Inuit guys, they just like did their part and moved on. Yeah. They're like, we do this all the time.
Yeah, like this is my life. I don't know why that guy is fucking stuck to the sled.
Can I have some of my people? No? Okay. I'll go.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, that was a good story. Thanks for telling that to us.
That was a
good one.
Yeah,
we need a little uplifting one every now and then.
I mean, there was still some tragedy in the middle there.
A little bit.
And then kind of like what happened to the actual natives, but
a little bit. But we're just going to focus on the good part.
We're just going to glaze over that.
We're going to focus
like history does.
On Balto saving the little kids, the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys fight Kevin Bacon with no pants on. So, I will leave you all with that thought.
Yep.
If you made it this far in the episode, we thank you for listening to us. Give us a like and share on your listening service of choice. Just follow on your favorite social medias too. We post stuff. It's pretty tight. We've been posting a lot on the TikToks, as the youth say.
As the youths
the youths
would say.
So follow us on TikTok. You'll see DJ's face. It's pretty tight.
Yep.
And
DJ without a shirt on coming soon.
Yeah, because apparently that gets more fucking views. You whores.
You perverts.
Well, maybe I'm the whore. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you're the whore of this one, dude.
You're the whore. They're the customers.
Indeed.
I know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I got what you need.
Little side boob.
I've been working on these bad boys.
Yeah.
Thanks again for giving us a listen. Like I said, give us a like and follow. Follow us on Patreon too. That's pretty tight. We talk about some other stuff that's not history. It's infinitely more raunchy, but you'll be fine, I think. That's the aftertaste. So, good times. You'll see the link on Linktree. We got merch out too. We actually have a new shirt that we just debuted. We're actually ordering some now. So
cool new design on it.
We're gonna take some pictures of those. That's gonna be pretty tight.
It's our faces.
It does have our faces on it. All of us. And a pigeon.
And a pigeon.
And Rasputin.
Musashi.
And Musashi's on there. Yeah.
And an alien.
Yep. For reasons.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about aliens much, but that's fine.
We should do an alien episode soon. I feel like we haven't gone alien in a while.
I need to buy the crazy ass wig thing that dude.
Yeah.
That dude's hair. Aliens. Help the entire time.
I got a space helmet at my house. I can wear that.
I have a helmet in here that I have for space.
Or we all can just do like the tinfoil.
Tinfoil hats?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some foil in the cabinet.
Hell yeah. What do you guys want us to do? What do you guys want to hear?
Yeah, let us know. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. We actually need to get some more fan submissions in. We have to do a few. I have some episodes we got to cover.
Okay.
For the listeners.
Oh, yeah.
But if you've been listening for a bit, you know that we are going to be moving. Well, I'm moving. So we're moving to a new space. That'll be the permanent podcast spot. So we're going to be doing some new stuff with that. Stay tuned for that. Going to do some video. That'll be tight. We're definitely going to be doing more ideas. So if you've been with us since the jump, we appreciate it. If you're new, thanks for making it this far. Hopefully you follow us. Hopefully you enjoy it. And on that note, I bid you adieu.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Be cool.